Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'd like to welcome you to the children's program at the Betty Ford Center.
And you know what I'd like? I would like each of you to draw a picture about how addiction has hurt your family. I have a great idea. Let's draw 2 pictures. Let's do the first one like I asked. Please draw a way that addiction has hurt your family. And can I remind you some of the things I've heard this morning? Some of you shared about not getting picked up in the car. Some of you have talked about moms and dads drinking. Some of you talked about trying to pour out their alcohol and dad getting mad and taking it out on mom. Some of you talked about broken promises. Those are the kind of things you can draw in this picture. And then the second picture is Kelsey's idea. Great idea. Let's draw a picture of how we hope things could be. Okay? Let's do both of those. And I'll come around in a minute and help you. It's okay to ask for help. And we'll be able to do this and do a great job. Whether you've known about this problem for a very long time or just found out, addiction hurts everyone in the family, including children. There can be broken promises, yelling, fighting, confusion, fear, and hurt. But please remember, it is not your fault, and there is hope. Whole families can get better. By participating in treatment and recovery programs, families can get back the love, the joy, the happiness, and togetherness that they have so missed. We're going to talk about addiction. Really important word. Addiction. I want to make sure you understand what that means. Who can tell me something they know that's true about addiction? Mitchell, what do you know?
Like addiction, it holds on to you.
It holds on to you. What a great way to describe it. Tyrann?
If the addiction stays for too long, you could pass away.
You could die. So, I want to put that down. So people could die from this. That's how serious it is. People could die. But what does it mean, boys and girls? What does it mean when we say someone has an addiction? Once they start doing something.
They can't stop doing it.
There it is, right there. Once they start, watch this. When people have an addiction, once they start doing something, look what happens. They can't stop. Garrett, if there is a man who's addicted to alcohol, and he goes to a bar today, and he has one drink, what's going to happen to him because he's addicted?
He's going to keep on drinking it, and he's going to get drunk.
Okay, so he's going to keep doing it, and he won't be able to
Stop.
Mitchell, let's say that there's a woman, and she gets in a terrible car accident. She hurts her neck and her back. She goes to the doctor. She goes to the hospital. They give her some pain pills. It says on the pill bottle to take 1 every 4 hours. Well, then she starts taking 2, and she starts taking 3, and she gets this thing called addiction, and all of a sudden, what happens?
She's just addicted to it.
And when she starts taking those pills,
She can't stop.
she can't stop. Hey, boys and girls, I want to teach you 3 words that mean the same as addiction. All right? One word begins with an S. I'm going to act it out. Watch this. All right? See if you can figure out what the word is. Ready? Morgan, what do you think it is?
Stuck?
Yeah, sometimes we say people get stuck. People get stuck to nicotine, or to alcohol or to drugs or to pain pills or medicine from the doctor. People get stuck. There's another word. Watch this. It begins with an H. I'm going to act out another thing. All right, watch this. I am a fish in the water, and I'm swimming. And all of a sudden, the fish sees a circular orange-yellow ball, and it goes up and smells it. And in the fish brain, it goes, oh, Velveeta. And it bites down. So another word for addiction is hooked. I'll tell you one more, and then we're going to play a game. So it's hooked. There's one other word that means the same as addiction. It begins with a T. There was a bear. He stood 8 feet tall. People were scared of him. So they set these huge things on the ground. They were steel, and they put leaves all around. And guess what happened? Well, what do you think the word is?
Trapped.
Trapped. Yeah, another word for addiction is trapped. Trapped. Think about it. Stuck, hooked, and trapped are 3 words that describe what happens to people when they get an addiction to alcohol or to other kind of drugs. I want to ask you a really important question. And I'm going to ask each of you individually what you think the answer is, because a lot of people get this wrong. Are people who have addiction, are they bad people?
No.
Oh, look at a resounding no. Hey, those of you with moms and dads who have addiction, are they bad people?
No.
How do you feel about them? You love them?
Yes.
You care about them?
Yes.
And if you had a wish, what would you wish for?
For them to stop.
For them, yeah, for them to stop. So you know what we say at the Betty Ford Center in the children's program? People with addiction, they're not bad people. But sometimes when they're stuck and they're hooked and they're trapped, sometimes they end up doing bad things. Yes. Who could tell me? Who could tell me in your own life what are some of the bad things that people do when they're trapped? What do you tell me, Garrett?
Like car accidents.
Car accidents. And so guess who's in the car sometimes?
Me.
You could be in the car. Do you get worried about driving with your parents sometimes? Okay. What are some of the other bad things? Mitchell.
Forget to pick you up and you might get scared that you might be there for a long time.
Did that ever happen to you? There was a time. Where were you at?
It was after basketball practice.
It was after practice. And who was supposed to pick you up?
My dad,
And what happened, Mitchell?
he didn't come.
He didn't come. Whoa. All right. Morgan.
Your dad could be mad at your mom and then he would start beating on her.
So there'd be fighting, a lot of fighting, and sometimes even violence, people you love getting hurt. So those are some of the bad things that can happen. Yes, please. Kelsey.
One time my mom was going to the store and I was up reading a book
Okay.
and she left without me.
She left without you. Did you know where she was going?
She forgot.
She forgot. How did you feel?
I was scared.
I bet you were scared. How long was she gone for?
She was gone for about 2 hours.
Whoa.